chapters. And I promise you that tonight I am going to try and read it not as fast as I've been reading, because I know that sometimes reading slowly or more slowly, I don't know, it's better, okay? So, in today's video, well, this is the book for those who don't know which book I'm talking about. And once again, this isn't about any religion, this is about love. So, yeah, I don't want anyone to feel excluded. So, I am going to start reading and whispering to you, okay? Chapter 2, The Separation and the Atonement. Section 1, The Origins of Separation. To extend is a fundamental aspect of God, which He gave to His Son. In the creation, God extended Himself to His creations and imbued them with the same loving will to create. You have not only been fully created, but have also been created perfect. There is no emptiness in you. Because of your likeness to your Creator, you are creative. No child of God can lose this ability, because it is inherent in what he is, but he can use it inappropriately by projecting. The inappropriate use of extension or projection occurs when you believe that some emptiness or lack exists in you, and that you can fill it with your own ideas instead of truth. This process involves the following steps. First, you believe that what God created can be changed by your own mind. Second, you believe what is perfect can be rendered imperfect or lacking. Third, you believe that you can distort the creations of God, including yourself. Fourth, you believe that you can create yourself, and that the direction of your own creation is up to you. These related distortions represent a picture of what actually occurred in the separation, or they deter into fear. None of this existed before the separation, nor does it actually exist now. Everything God created is like Him. Extension, as undertaken by God, is similar to the inner radiance that the children of the Father inherit from Him. Its real source is internal. This is as true of the Son as the Father. In this sense, the creation includes both the creation of the Son by God and the Son's creations when His mind is healed. This requires God endowment for the Son with free will, because all loving creation is freely given in one continuous line, in which all aspects are the same order. Oh, these two things that I've read. Paragraph number 1 and paragraph number 2. Now we're heading to paragraph number 3. The Garden of Eden, or the pre-separation condition, was a state of mind in which nothing was needed. When Adam listened to the lies of the serpent, all he heard was untruth. You do not have to continue to believe what it is true unless you choose to do so. All that you can literally disappear in the twinkling of an eye. All that can literally disappear in the twinkling of an eye, because it is merely a misperception. What is seen in dreams seems to be very real, yet the Bible says that a deep sleep fell upon Adam, and nowhere as you continue to project or miscreate. It still remains with you, however, to extend as God extended His Spirit to you. In reality, this is your only choice, because your free will was given for your joy in creating the perfect. Number 4. All fear is ultimately reducible to the basic misperception that you have the ability to usurp the power of God. Of course, neither can nor have been able to do this. Here is the real basis for your escape from fear. The escape is brought about your acceptance of the atonement, which enables you to realize that your errors have never really occurred. I'm sorry, I'm going to read it again because I think I read all wrong. The escape is brought to you about your own acceptance of the atonement, which enables you to realize that your errors have never really occurred. Only after the deep sleep fell upon Adam could he experience nightmares. If a light is suddenly turned on while someone is dreaming a fearful dream, he may initially interpret the light itself as part of his dream and be afraid of it. However, when he awakens, the light is correctly perceived as the release from the dream, which is then no longer accorded reality. This release does not depend on illusions. The knowledge that illuminates not only sets you free, but also shows you clearly what you are free. Shows you clearly that you are free, not that you are. That you are free. Number 5. Whatever lies you may believe are of no concern to the miracle, which can heal any of them with equal ease. It makes no distinctions among misperceptions. Its sole concern is to distinguish between truth on the one hand and error on the other. Some miracles may seem to be of greater magnitude than others, but remember the first principle in this course: there is no order of difficulty in miracles. In reality, you are perfectly unaffected by all expressions of lack of love. These can be from yourself and others, from yourself to others, or from others to you. Peace is an attribute in you. You cannot find it outside. Illness is some form of external searching. Health is inner peace. It enables you to remain unshaken by lack of love It enables you to remain unshaken by lack of love from without and capable, through your acceptance of miracles, of correcting the conditions proceeding from lack of love in others. I'm going to read section 2, and I am so sorry for the background noise. It's already late, but people apparently are screaming around here. Section number 2, okay? The atonement as a defense. Number 1. You can do anything I ask. I have asked you to perform miracles, and I have made it clear that miracles are natural, corrective healing, and universal. There is nothing they cannot do. But they cannot be performed in the spirit of doubt or fear. When you are afraid of anything, you are acknowledging its power to hurt you. You believe in what you value. If you are afraid, you are valuing wrongly. Your understanding will then inevitably value wrongly, and by endowing all thoughts with equal power, will inevitably destroy peace. is why the Bible speaks of the peace of God, which passes understanding. This peace is totally incapable of being shaken by errors of any kind. It denies the ability of anything not of God to affect you. This is the proper use of denial. It is not used to hide anything, but to correct error. It brings all error. I'm sorry, that was something in the room here. This is the correct error. This is the proper use of denial. It is not used to hide anything, but to correct error. It brings all errors into the light, and since error and darkness are the same, it corrects error automatically. Number 2. I'm going to just change the side of the books. Okay. Number 2. True denial is a powerful protective device. You can and should deny any belief that error can hurt you. This kind of denial is not a concealment, but a correction. Your right mind depends on it. Denial of error is a strong defense of truth, but denial of truth results in miscreation, the projections of the ego. In the service of the right mind, the denial of error frees the mind and reestablishes the freedom of the will. When the will is really free, it cannot miscreate because it recognizes only truth. Number 3. You can defend truth as well as error. That means that the means are easier to understand after the value of the goal is firmly established. It is a question of what it is for. Everyone defends his treasure and will do so automatically. The real questions are, what do you treasure and how much do you treasure it? Once you have learned to consider these questions and to bring them into all your actions, you will have little difficulty in clarifying the means. The means are available whenever you ask. You can, however, save time if you do not protract this step unduly. The correct focus will shorten it immeasurably. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that word. Number 4. The atonement is the only defense that cannot be used destructively because it is not a device you made. The atonement principle was in effect long before the atonement began. The principle was love, and the atonement was an act of love. Acts were not necessary before the separation. Because belief in space and time did not exist. It was only after the separation that the atonement and the conditions necessary for its fulfillment were planned. Then a defense so splendid was needed that it could not be misused, although it could be refused. Refusal could not, however, turn it into a weapon of attack, which is the inherent characteristics of other defenses. The atonement thus becomes the only defense that is not a two-edged sword. It can only heal. Number 5. The atonement was built into the space-time belief to set a limit on the need for the belief itself and ultimately to make learning complete. The atonement is the final lesson. Learning itself, like the classrooms in which it occurs, is temporary. The ability to learn has no value when change is no longer necessary. The eternally creative have nothing to learn. You can learn to improve your perceptions and can become a better and better learner. This will bring you into closer and closer accord with the sonship. But the sonship itself is a perfect creation, and perfection is not a matter of degree. Only while there is a belief in difference is learning meaningful. Number 6. Evolution is a process in which you seem to proceed from one degree to the next. You correct your previous missteps by stepping forward. This process is actually incomprehensible in temporal terms, because you return as you go forward. The atonement is the device by which you can free yourself from the past as you go ahead. It undoes the past errors, thus making it unnecessary for you to keep retracing your steps without advancing to your return. In this sense, the atonement saves time, but like the miracle it serves, does not abolish it. As long as there is need for atonement, there is need for time. But the atonement as a completed plan has a unique relationship to time. Until the atonement is complete, its various phases will proceed in time, but the whole atonement stands at time's end. At that point, the bridge of return has been built. Number 7. The atonement is a total commitment. You may still think this is associated with loss, a mistake all the separated sons of God make in one way or another. It is hard to believe a defense that cannot attack is the best defense. It is hard to believe a defense that cannot attack is the best defense. This is what is meant by the meek shall inherit the earth. They will literally take it over because of their strength. A two-way defense is inherently weak precisely because it has two edges and can be turned against you very unexpectedly. This possibility cannot be controlled except by miracles. The miracle turns the defense of atonement to your real protection, and as you become more and more secure, you assume your natural talent of protecting others, knowing yourself as